Good afternoon, everybody. This is We Like Dota League Season 2, and I'm actually backtracking a little bit. We're going back to Week 7 real quick here. We're actually in the middle of the final week until the break. But I got a couple replays to do here. So we got MATILHA Red versus Prodigious Gaming. Currently, up until now, Prodigious are currently undefeated. I think they're about 6-0 going into this match. You know, they're going up against MATILHA, who, let me double check here. They're having a bit of a rocky road. Right now they're 2-4. So they are working to, they're trying to get themselves back on their feet here. So Ogi, most likely they're mid. They opted, MATILHA had first pick, and so Prodigious went ahead and picked the Radiant side. So they went ahead and countered with the Winter Wyvern Spirit Breaker combo, which in itself is pretty lethal. And so we got a countering we're seeing a lot more Warlock in this meta, 6.85. Even in the middle of this league, I think it was about week 4 or 5 when 6.85 came out. And we're starting to see more things like Warlock, especially Ogre Magi. And he's actually making it to a pretty big part of the pick ban phase. He's actually getting banned out a little bit more. So Bloodseeker, Undying getting banned out right away. Undying, my go-to guy, my favorite. I've literally ground out the last probably 500 MMR with him in the last couple of weeks. And so Elita Bounty Hunter gets countered out. And they're not going to deal with cutting lanes, so they get Axe and Windy knocked out too. So countering again with banning out PL and Gyro, who both got slightly nerfed, but still sort of valid. It might be more of a, you're still used to a certain way of doing things, so you go with your comfort zone. Anti-Mage actually got a quasi buff. I mean, his blink range in the early game got knocked down just a hair, but not nearly enough. But things like his most common Manta style actually got buffed on the cooldown, so he's actually more effective in the later game than before. So he is all over that pick ban phase. So they did get him, so Queen of Pain and Warlock actually in a bit of trouble here. Two heavy intelligence-based heroes. They're going to need something to deal with him. Bloodseeker is already out, so he's a good counter to him early on. Excuse me, not sure why. I guess I have Facebook on. Okay, turn that off. Get that shit out of here. So MATILHA on the Dire. I'm gonna take a quick look on Dota Buff and see who's better. No, which side's faring better. I believe it's the Dire. We like Dota League. I'm very curious how this is going. We like Dota League, Amateur League. Now, most of the other stats like KDA, the picks and bans. Actually, let's take a look here. We're through the middle of this most successful bans. If you ban Drow, fun fact: if you ban Drow, which is banned 13% of the time, you win. It's 86% of the time. If you ban Husker, you win 80% of the time. You ban Shadow Fiend, you win 75% of the time. This is less of a surprise here. Banning out Shaky, he's actually banned a third of the time in the whole league. And he usually went about 72%. So countering again, we got a lot of range damage here. This is actually going to boost Queen of Pain's team fight potential a lot more. And the ability to get away is also reduced. We do have a little bit of Roman action from Prodigious. Winter not so mobile. She's probably going to have Tranquil Boost to keep up with something like that. Darkseer is still on the table. And Darkseer is extremely useful as Spirit Breaker in conjunction with putting the Surge on him. If nothing else, to give him a damage bonus right up close, or to send him on his way a little bit faster before he can react in the early game, or right as you arrive, just send him slamming in with an extra damage bonus on the speed. But that would require a couple of levels of Surge. So Nyx gets picked up. So since we are going to see, they have a pretty strong push lineup in MATILHA, but their late game is really lacking. They have some really strong mid game, and Venge getting a buff. They might actually put Venge in a little bit more of a carry role here, because his agility gain is actually quite substantial now. Let's see, and Anti-Mage is actually rocking a surprisingly, he's in the pick ban 62% of the time, but the execution of Anti-Mage has actually been a little lacking. It's only winning about 42% of the time. Really surprised there. Quap's only about 45% of the time, so as popular as they are, they need to really bring it together. But bring it Centaur in, with the blink combo with huge initiation and the ability to bring in things like counter initiation with a late blink with the sonic wave, dropping the golems. That's actually really good, but it totally relies on the blink not getting canceled. So something that would cancel a blink before the team fight actually starts, like Undying's Tombstone getting dropped and spawning creeps like crazy. That's one way to do it, but he's out. Long range Splinter Blast might work, but that's kind of that's slow moving, kind of hard to time.
10 seconds remaining.
Having an urn carrier would be, well, Spirit Breaker's got an urn, that actually would work pretty well. If they can charge on Centaur, charge on somebody else, like Spirit Breaker charging on the backfield, charging on Warlock and perhaps Vengeful, can almost totally avoid a blink stun.
Radiant team
Last but not least, Viper and Spectre getting banned out. Spectre still being really strong. Of course, you need some serious farm. Let's take a look here. Win percentage. Spectre. Wow. He's been in about 6 games so far up to this one.
10 seconds
banned out a couple of times. Only been banned out about 3 times. Actually, he's been picked only about 3 or 4 times, and he's won almost all of those games. So if they can just keep it going for a little bit longer, the longer this game goes on.
Invoker.
That was a good ban out though. So they go with Invoker. They've got their late carry. They're gonna go with possibly. I mean, they've got a ton of CC. They got the Impale, the Mana Break or whatever the fuck it's called. The Mana Burn. Excuse me. So the Mana Burn. That's 2 really good counters right there. And then if they do an EMP, if they do a Quas Invoker with EMP Tornado, man, they are not going to be able to do anything. They're going to need lots of Tangos and lots of Arcane, which this particular lineup is only really going to have probably 1 Arcane. They're going to go ahead and go offense. Ursa for their late game, for their damage, their physical damage. Queen being the magical. And we're going to see how this goes. Pretty tough lineup for both of them. Nyx being able to slip in there possibly and get some hits off on Centaur before you can blink in can mess up their positioning too. All right, so for Prodigious, we got Fafnir standing in. I believe he was on food normally. Ursi on Prodigious. Dwarves on Nyx Assassin. Bonky on the Spirit Breaker, and Proptation on the Winter Wyvern. And holy shit. There we go. We're back in. And on the other side, for MATILHA on the Dire. Carol's going to be on the Ursa. Ogi on the Queen of Pain for their mid. Morpheus on the Centaur. Sangnosio Sanj. He just says, call me Sanj. On the Warlock. And finally, Uhura back and everything up on the Vengeful. Looks like they're going to be stacking up top for MATILHA, which, by the way, is Portuguese for packet dogs, if you didn't know. Pretty appropriate to have a bear is pretty close to that. I mean, Lycan would be a little more appropriate, but it looks like the standard split it halfway. We're going to take 1 for 1. Pretty standard this whole league.
The battle begins.
Tis
Worthy
mine.
tribute.
Here we go. Ursi leading off with it just looks too much like a trapdoor. It's like it just looks more like a warning, like don't walk over this. And now I finally understand why you guys actually have it on an angle, because it's right perfect when you look at it this way. All right, so up top looks like a 2-1-2. Nope, we got a tri lane. I'm wrong. We got a tri lane up top. Quick reconnect for Proptation, who's done really well on Shaker as well as Winter Wyvern. So we're gonna have a tri-lane versus 1 against a tri-lane versus 2. Nope, tri-lane versus 1 versus tri-lane versus 1. Going full plaid. Covering up all the wards, sort of, not really. Alright, so tri-lane versus 1. Tri-lane versus 1. 30 seconds in. Fafnir, Bonky, and Prop. Bonky's going to need a little bit of I mean, this is a really good having prop against Morpheus with that Arctic Burn, taking out the percentage, the huge strength gain from. He's getting almost 4 per level. Guy jumps up almost 100 hit points every level. So that percentage burn's a really good counter in that lane. Meanwhile, we have we have 2 melee off lanes, 1 in each lane. Both are melee, and they have to deal with a nice, interesting ward back here. We have to deal with a very harassing trade lane. There's quite a bit. There's a bit more. Yeah, there's a bit more melee on the Prodigious side, which makes it easy, a little bit easier. Oh, they're going on dwarves. They got a stun from Ahura already. Sanj coming in, pops to the Spike Carapace at level 1, just in case. He was thinking about using that for the rune, but nothing he can do right now. Just try and get some levels. As long as they keep pulling creeps and denying, they're not going to get much. Fafnir so far in the lead. Yeah, so melee off lanes is pretty rough, especially against tri lanes. But 2 out of the 3 in this tri lane are melee. Prop pulling it back. Interesting ward action here. Trying to counter ward, and a very far advanced ward. They'll let you see the TPs. This is what they see right here. They'll see the majority of the TPs except for this stupid tree right here. Give you a lot more advanced warning up ahead. And in the mid lane, so far, Ogi has 6 last hits, and he's going up against Ursi, who's pretty much got double that, actually almost triple that. Ursi in firm control here, is going mostly Quas and Exhort. Yeah, it looks like the Quas is going to be the EMP Tornado combo. Man, that's going to completely shut down their mana pools, in conjunction with the mana burn and the mana break. So, man, it's just going to be a matter of, are they going to have enough backup like Tangos and Arcane Boots? I mean, this particular lineup only has usually 1 set of Arcane per meta. We'll see. Fafnir up ahead, down bottom with 12 last hits versus just 4. Nope, the Arctic Burn popped on Morpheus as soon as the pause was over. That's going to take him down to just under half his hit points. Maybe a little shy. Yeah, neither this
Get away, you.
Dwarves just has a couple of last hits. He's staying in. He's getting. There's tons of denies from Carol, but fortunately, there's enough. He's staying in experience range for the most part. Sang is going to push him back a little bit. Spark Carapace popped, and once again down. Or once again pulling the lane up. Good pull is doing it at the 14-ish second mark, because that's the way to do it. Otherwise, you're going to be losing a wave right here. And god damn it, this guy doesn't look like the up guy, doesn't he? What's his name? Fucking can't remember. But he looks, yeah, it looks grouchy as shit with a squared ass jaw. So Sanj literally, oh, what the fuck is this kid? What the fuck is, I've seen that movie like a million times. How the fuck do I not know his name? The up guy. That's what your name is for now. And we got the runes coming up. 5 seconds. Either side making a move forward yet. Ogi needs to pick up some more last hit, get some more harassing. Pops the, oh, here we go. We got a charge from Bonky. I heard it. And he is close by. We're going to get him with a Sunstrike, following up, blinked away from Ogi though. Nice move. Barely got out of there. Literally split second timing, but unfortunately that's going to give Bonky the room to pick up a DD rune. He's going to give it to it. No, he's going to use it. He's going to use it. It's got a decent enough duration where he can get down to bottom and help out. They do have, yeah, they got vision on him. No target lock though. Target in sight, but no target lock. Bonky's able to make a move with doors if they can get a. He's got 2 levels in his impale. He can pick off a support here. Bonky's really, I mean, he's really tasting it. You can tell. But really nice double pulls. Nice pulling all the way around, giving Ahura and Sanj just enough XP to keep them competitive, and not make them easy targets. Phase Boots picked up in the mid lane. Bonky finally makes a decision, but it's a little late. They are going to get first blood on dwarves. Bonky's coming in. Oh no, he's going to get some payback, but now he's got to deal with Ahura's stun. And we have a creep here. Thinking that might have been enough to pop the Centaur's hoof stomp, but nope, not going to happen. Because that siege creep being there. But 1 for 1. Bonky picks up almost another level. He's able to get some boots now and get a little more damage with the move speed. Meanwhile, Prop content to stay at level 3. Just about everybody's level 3. On the support side, Sanj and Uhura. Carol's got a bit of a lead on Dwarves, and Fafnir has a pretty good lead on Morpheus with the number of denies he's had. Like the last hits alone, the 6 denies, and being able to force Morpheus back. Speaking of which, where'd he go? Back to base.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Just in time to get the creep experience right here. Should push him up to level 5. 1-1, 6 minutes in. Well, Dwarves content to just keep on farming. They're not keeping the experience out. They are doing a decent job pulling. They do have vision on them though. The main thing is being able to... The main thing is just being able to keep those creeps away and just keep denying whenever possible. Well, they're both level 6 though. Actually, Carol picks up a little bit of a lead, so yes, this is working a little bit better than I thought. Meanwhile, Ursi is just completely wrecking this mid lane. Oki's nothing he could do. He is 6. He should be rotating as soon as possible. Really need to get the rotations in. Make up for some lost experience by... I mean, if the plan ain't working, you gotta change it. You know, Carol really wants this. Sanchez, he's like, alright, I'm coming in. 2 points in a shadow where that's a lot of damage over time. Should be enough to follow up if Carol has to pull back mid-fight. There he goes. Get a couple hits on Dwarves, has to pop his Carapace. Well, bottom, that Arctic Burn going to work. Percentage reduction. Really good counter to Centaur. And it being magical, it's not going to return it back on Prop too, so he's able to pretty much get away scot-free with that one. They're able to dive on him if they want. Morph has to pull back. Still level 6 at 7 minutes on a solo offlane. It's times like this you gotta think, hey, maybe we should do 2-1-2. But the tri-lane's working out well for both sides. Both sides in particular. Carol still, you know, he's got almost about half the last hits. I don't know if that's more of a timing thing. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit of a timing thing, I'm guessing. 8 minutes in. They've got some gank opportunities here. It'd be a good chance to go for them. Especially pulling up this lane as far as it is, but nope. Go ahead and get the shadow word on him. Uhura's just going to hold on to his mana for a little bit longer for a better window. Carol was about to come in there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Pulls back, gets some more last hits. Ursi just going to town. 29 denies on Ursi. The amount of just the score, just the ability to keep control of these creeps is just phenomenal. And 20-2 on Ogi's side. It's literally like, yeah, we're looking at about 2.5 to 1. That's also slowing Ogi down, who needs to get rotating. Ursi can help he can help from the mid lane by firing that heavy artillery with the Sunstrike. You can just switch over just about any time. Getting the armor reduction on Dwarves and the stun. Thinking about it, kind of committed his whole mana pool to that one. Now he's got to deal with it. Bonky has arrived. I don't think they see him. Yeah, it looks like they caught a glimpse of him. Just caught a glimpse. Still no rotations yet. This has been a very static game, except for Bonky. Bonky being the only one. He did get a kill after the fact. Got a haste rune. We got all the ingredients for a great gank. Right here, we got a haste. We got extra mana. We've got pretty decent vision. At least up top. The ability to burst dwarves down with the sonic wave. He's gonna pop. There he goes. He pops the haste and he's running. He's moving. He's going for it. He's going on dwarves, and dwarves maybe sensing something's up, but unfortunately it doesn't quite work out because they don't have the stun. He could have popped the clarity, but yeah, the disable just wasn't there in time. And Carol was just a little out of position too. So Ogi pops a haste rune almost for nothing. He's gonna have to retire to the middle lane right away. Forge Spirit giving some vision. Just using that Forge Spirit to see if the rune was even available. And Ursi staying in the lane and keeping his creep score at pretty much a solid 100. Almost there. And right behind him is Fafnir. Just as many last hits to his name. And Morpheus again has to retire to the top lane, or to the to the fountain. He's working on a blink, but he has no regen or anything. He needs boots too. I mean, tranquil boots keep him in the lane a lot better, a lot longer. Bonky really wants to make a move here. Still only level 3 though.
Illusion.
Yeah, Sanj and Bonky. Unfortunately, all this roaming without any real kills. Just one. Without anything else to show for it. And he's going to start falling behind. This is why I'm not a huge fan of roaming supports. Because it's literally a coin flip. Oh no, they're flanking. Here we go. Come around the backside for dwarves. Popping the upheaval. But it's not a high enough level to slow him down. We do get a stun. Carol is on the backside though. He does have his Vendetta, but he's too... Oh, he's got just enough mana for it. He can get out at any time. Do they have the dust for him? They have a sentry. And that's it.
Dire's middle tower is
He's
under
just going to
attack.
walk away. Not enough disables up there. Stampede would be really helpful, but like, poor Morph is already out of mana down bottom. Stampede would have been really helpful right there.
Dire's structures are
These is not really
fortified.
coming together the way they need to. And Prodigious taking full advantage of it. 20 seconds to new
Dire's
runes.
middle tower
OG
is
pulling the
under
lane back.
attack.
He's up to level 8.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Fafnir almost level 9. So way ahead, Fafnir and Ursi. Carol's still...
Got engaged.
Carol and Ogi's still pretty much along the same lines there, but having a 2k gold advantage at this point. One kill can beget another right here. And Dwarves does get his Arcane with that extra money in the lane. Despite all those denies, he still has almost as much as Carol. Looks like we're building a Midas, possibly? Not sure what we're building here. 1,500 gold needs to get used. Possible Midas. Prop's gonna rotate around. He's got a nice ward back here for vision. Oops, sorry, probably making people sick. There we go. There we go. Splinter Blast bouncing off the range creep right as Impale hits, and then following up with the Arctic Burn, trying to sit, and we're trying to put an upheaval in here, and the Shadow Word to keep Carol up, but it seems to be working. Carol's coming in hard. He's coming back. He's got his ult, but no, here comes Bonky. Really just throwing a wrench in the whole thing. Nicely done. Prop picks up level 6, and he can turn around with the Winter's Curse right away. Stampede popped. Tried to make a move down bottom. Ogi and Morpheus together, but nope, not to no avail. Fafnir is just too mobile. There's not enough disables on this team to deal with an Animage right now.
Dire's
Gotta go for the
top
lower
tower
hanging
is
fruit.
under attack.
Now this top tower is taking a beating, down to about half. So is the other bottom tower. Prodigious starting to gain some momentum as it is right here with 2 kills. Oh, it might be through. Might be another one. Ogi, a Sunstrike. Oh, nice shot. Oh, just barely missed. Literally singed the shit out of her already beaten wings, but she will survive. Just barely missed. Runes are coming up. We got a fight in both lanes right now. Centaur does go down. Morpheus is hit. He is down. The burst damage from Ursi and Fafnir is a bit too much. And unfortunately, he has no tank to his name. He's trying to get the blink right away, but no tank, not even tranquil boots. Gotta at least have that. You need the regen, you need the sustain to keep yourself in lane and stay
Dire's
competitive.
bottom tower has
And
fallen.
we're gonna come around the backside, upheaval pop, but nope, just not a high enough level, not gonna slow him down. And the stun's coming in, but he's already almost under the tower. Here comes Ursi rotating in, pops forward spirits, and Carol automatically on the run right away, gets hit by Impale. He's still alive though, for a little bit longer. Shadow Word keeping him up, but here comes Bonky just plowing through like a train. And now Sanj by himself, it's 1-on-4. He's pretty much easy pickings here. Gonna get some extra rune action here. They're gonna get a Hura too. 7-1. So a complete spin around. Nice rotation. Being able to get to the tower in time without the lack of disables. And all four team fighters leave an anti-mage to farm alone while everybody else rotates the top, pick them off, turn that whole fight around on its head. Unfortunately, Morpheus has got a blink, but even if he does, what's he going to do with it? It's not a much. I mean, he's got 1,100 hit points, but not a whole lot of tank to his name right now.
Dire's top tower
The way
is
things are
under
going, he needs
attack.
to have a little bit more sustain for now. So
Dire's
Ursi's going to be almost
structures
8k.
are fortified.
Unfortunately, that's even their offlaner who was dealing with denies is now, because of the
Radiant's
ganks and
bottom
snowball.
tower is under
Now
attack.
ahead of their mid and their safe lane. Gonna pull ahead even
Dire's
further now.
top tower has fallen.
And this is looking like a pretty quick game, as you can kind of tell by the timer. Ura's gonna get caught in the jungle. Forge Spirit pounding away. Stampede Pop trying to get her out, but nope. Cold Snap's gonna keep her in long enough. Ogi coming in with the Scream. Morpheus is here. Can he get the stomp in time? Doesn't have Blink for another 100 gold, but he will get a last hit in and will get some payback there. That's a huge kill, though. That's a 1,000 gold kill. Wow, that's a huge turnaround right there. Prodigious being worth so much. Even killing supports is worth a lot right now. Granted, he stopped the killing
Dire's
streak.
top tower is under attack.
Carol picking up. Carol does pick up the first Roche of the game at 16 minutes. He's got to get him. Oh, DC's right at this. That's not a good time to DC. Oh boy, here we go. So everybody's obviously staring at Carol right now. Well, good on one side, good on the other. Here they go. Bonky doesn't have vision to charge yet, but he will in a second. Almost. Split second. Maybe like a second or two. Sanch does have his ult. He can drop the bomb, but it's going to be all about the initiation. Morpheus able to get a little bit of farm for himself now. And that kill he picked up, that last hit on... Whoa. Speaking of which, speaking of kills, they got an almost dead anti-mage down here. Fafnir is almost dying of the creeps. But he regens himself back up. Yeah, getting that kill on Ursi was huge. Gave more than enough for blink money. We're trying to get some wards up. You know, they did get Carol. Aegis and all. Just too much damage. I guess he tried to man mode. He had Vlad's on the way. I'm going to replay that one. Oh, Carol was up in the lane. He was so far. Bonky helps finish it up. That's what it was. Bonky immediately able to charge. That Aegis given just enough time to pop the charge again. He gets level 6, but he actually didn't get Nether Strike right away. He picks it up at 7. Maybe a misclick. Who knows? But either way, it works out. They get the kill and pop the Aegis. These reborn things being a little bit bugged here. Not quite showing everything correctly. Ursi really wanted to make a move there. Forge Spirit's going to scout out Ogi, who then withdraws. Uhura's ready to do a swap. And we got 2 blinkers on the map now. Well, 3 technically if you count Ogi. Got 2 blink daggers on the field, 1 on each team. Actually 4 blinkers. 1 on each team for that. So yeah, all the tier 1 towers are down for MATILHA. All of them remain for Prodigious, so it's giving them positional advantage to move it a little deeper into that jungle, take away some farm. Can't get too deep though. Carol now has his Vlads, almost got phase boots. Become a real contender here in a second. They do pick off Uhura trying to ward. Sentry ward placed, but at the cost of a support. You see a little bit of the comeback there. The 1 kill. This is the 1 kill with the... Yeah, this is their 1 kill with turning around and then getting the Roche money. Not much to say there. Just too much. Yeah, no tank with which to handle anything. And even with Blade Mail, there's no raw hit points or hardly. I mean, even a 4-man shield would be somewhat helpful at this point. He's just such an easy target, despite having a huge strength pool. And all the early kills, and Ursi just has so much damage. He's got 200 fucking damage right now. Plus the Forge Spirit's taking out armor. This guy is a beast. over 10k at 19 minutes, literally double anything on MATILHA right now. And they're just toying with, it's just toying with them. Not playing with your food, Ursi. Jesus Christ. He's able to pop fresh forge spirits right now if he wants to. Blinking out a little bit further. No, he blinks into the lane. Dwarves is actually going to sort of take his spot, ready to back him up. Bit of a stalemate we got going on here. Morpheus, they want to make a move. They're not sticking to the same plan. I mean, they got a chance to make a move. They're going to use it. They've got vision on a couple of targets here. They pulled back a little too far, but now they got a target. Now they got an isolated middle. They have enough stuns combined to take out Fafnir, but he is going to get back before committing too far. A lot of juking around, a lot of positional action going on here. Who's gonna strike first? Right now, Prodigious have the advantage, but still fighting under their tower. They could give away a few kills and give away a lot of gold to really help turn this around fast. MATILHA, this is literally the make or break point for MATILHA. They can't afford any more losses, but they're just strong enough to where they can still put up a decent fight. But it is going to require some pickoffs too. They can't take their whole team on. They can't take their whole team on head to head.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Carol just cleaning up shop right now. You got to be asking yourself, what's the move? Smoke Ink would be pretty helpful. They've got decent enough vision on MATILHA. At least they got a little bit of vision in the jungle. Here comes Bonky. Fortunately, whoa, blinking away before, whoa, blinking into the woods. Nope, not gonna work. They're gonna keep tracking him. Golem Bomb dropped, but Bonky is going to be able to get out. Upheaval is already popped. They don't have any more. Can he get a follow-up stun in time? No. Magic Missile just out of range, but here comes the rest of them. A giant meatball coming in with a Sunstrike to follow up. Will miss, both will miss completely. Here comes Carol. Diving in deep. He's got Ursi. He got a lock on Ursi. He's going down fast, but do they have vision? Goes into the Ghost Walk. Logie popping the Sonic Wave. A lot of damage coming in, but fortunately, he's already 3 dead on MATILHA. Carol now getting cursed. Turn around the rest of the fight. Golem's still alive, but going to be an easy target at this point. It's a complete team wipe with no losses. The farm is just a little too much. And it all started with, unfortunately, their initiator getting caught.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And Bonky coming in like a missile, managed to survive the counter initiation because he was just far enough away. Timing. A little bit of the farming was just right, the amount of farm was just right, and a little bit of good fortune on Prodigious' side on that one too. But it does give him an even bigger snowball advantage. This game is close to unwinnable for MATILHA at this point, just because of the huge advantage, like Ursi being so strong. And they kind of lacked a few key things there. They had an invoker that was on the run and pretty much had a lock. They had a target lock on him, but then he went into, all he had to do was go into his Ghost Walk and was able to walk away. So that's at least 2 or 3 times that they've had they've seen him Ghost Walk, but didn't quite have the lack of, it's got to be, trying to buy the bare essentials like dust and stuff right now can be a little expensive. I say that right here as Sanj has 1,000 gold. But hey, he does have dust, but he was a little too far. I mean, you need, ideally, your divers like Carol and, Morpheus on the Centaur to be able to dive in and dust on top of all of them. We're talking ideal situations, though. That was a less than ideal fight. Fafnir with the Battle Fury now done. Vlad's now done. Roche still has a few minutes to go, about 4 minutes. I can't remember if they cracked the Aegis or not. Let me see. No, they might have cracked the Aegis, or it might have expired in the middle of that fight. It's hard to tell. I'm going to do a little bit of, almost a split push, not quite. They're content to just roam around and keep control of their side of the map. Pretty much this side, not too deep, but if anybody pretty much goes anywhere around here, That's pretty much the kill zone. Any further than that, though, they're content to just kind of play it safe. Especially with a... looks like we'll possible blink deck coming up on Carol. MATILHA does have a decent enough vision. They can make a move. But right now the farm is so far in the favor of Prodigious that they pretty much are stuck on turtle mode. They're down to their tier 3 towers. But they, even at this point, they're still strong enough to put up a defense on high ground. And Morpheus doesn't need much more for his blade mail, just 300 gold. If they can just buy a little bit more time. Just a little bit more time is all MATILHA needs right now. Just a little bit more time. Fafnir now with the Manta at 25 minutes. And they are going to see the ward. Yeah, they see each other's ward. No, they see each other. Okay. Piled up on top of each other. Fafnir will pick that off. And now a 3-to-1 gold advantage on more than 3-to-1 gold advantage on Ursi and Fafnir right now. Things just looking everything's just looking Prodigious's way right now. But they're not done yet. One last team fight. MATILHA have one last team fight in them. And here we go. Horde Spirit's scouting the way. Carol's gonna get cold snap before he can really make a move so far. It's kind of hard for him to get in there with just phase boots. What they really need is Morpheus coming in at the right moment. Bit of a standoff. Rocher's going to be up soon. Like a 26-minute Ethereal Blade. Now done for Ursi. Does he have it on him? Yes, he does. And they've got one down. They're checking Roche one more time. And it's usually right after the, it's pretty much the given. Like every time I check Roche, oh no, they're going to dive now. They're going to get the Impale. They got Ursa isolated. Ursa isolated, he's gone. They're going to counter-initiate with Morpheus to come in, but they drop the bomb. Appeal is keeping top down there. They're going to turn around and get the curse on Ogi and Carol. That's 3 down for MATILHA right now. And only 1. Bonky does go down finally. So that's 3 for 2, but they do hold the high ground. Nope, 1 more down. Carol trying to keep up with this guy, but a blinker should be able to get out just fine. Cold snap on Carol is not able to make it back. Full forward spirits and everything with the E-Blade. Down he goes. And that's another team wipe right there. They did take a couple with them though. And Carol will go ahead and call a good game here. So Prodigious, believe are actually they're not undefeated. I take that back. They have 1 loss to their name, but every other game this league they've won. So we're going into the break. We're into week 9 here with Prodigious being one of the top ranked teams right now. MATILHA, good showing. Good job, guys. There's just some screws got to tighten up here, basically. All right. I'd just say work a little bit more on the early game items, the sustain and such, and should be a little bit better off. But that's it. All right. We got a couple more. I got like 1 or 2 more replays to cast before we go into Friday night, and I'll see you guys then.